Hello and welcome to the Evercade Retreat. Gene Joke here, and today I'm adding Aero the Acrobat to my overall list of, attempt at ranking every game on the Evercade. Aero the Acrobat is a mascot platformer that came out in the early 90s during the rush of mascot platformers when everyone was trying to get the very end Sonic the Hedgehog. I suppose Mario as well, but really I think it's Sonic that set the template, because Mario had been around for a while and then Sonic was the new kid on the block, so to speak. And most of these things tended to be cute animal things, so they're a bit more in common with Sonic anyway. And Aero the Acrobat was, somewhere in the middle, I suppose, at least in terms of what it's going for. Didn't quite have the speed of Sonic or the precision of Mario. It wasn't a direct rip-off of either, but it had elements of both, is what I'm trying to say. And to be fair, it looks nice. The graphic, the presentation and everything are all well done. It has a very distinct identity, although Aero isn't the most appealing looking character. The sound is generally well done. The moveset I don't think was worked out quite right, or at least not implemented all that right. For the most part, it had all the makings of being a pretty good mascot platformer, and it really fell down by the designers trying to do something different. I suppose it's taking some sort of Euro platformer style design elements, make you go and collect things and do objectives on the earlier levels rather than just enjoying going through them, and that really sucks the joy out of those levels. Fortunately, later in the game they do lessen that quite dramatically. So for me, back in the day, I never got past the first couple of worlds, and I just got fed up of trying, and I wasn't really enthused enough to keep going with it, because it is quite a tough game as far as these platforms go, partly because the moveset and the way you attack the enemies isn't the most effective and can lead you to taking some hits. So what could have been a pretty good mascot platformer, I don't really want to keep saying that, but that's what it is, but what could have been a pretty good platformer ended up being a bit more of a bit of frustration. There's some good elements here, but ultimately it just doesn't really come together. Playing it through on the Evercade and abusing save states to get past the tedium of the early levels, I did actually find myself quite enjoying some of the later levels, although without save states I don't think I would have got through it, because I think I'd have gotten too frustrated and not wanted to come back and play the earlier levels. But yeah, it's not a great platformer. It's got its charm. I know it has its fans as well. But yes, for me, it's distinctly below average overall because of the gameplay. Anyway, to put it on my ranking list, where would I place it? I think it'd have to go just above Skate Cat, but below MiG-29 Soviet Fighter. So of course I'm doing Aero the Acrobat 1, so let's go on to the sequel. Aero 2, this time it's the Mega Drive version on the Evercade, and I don't know if it's down to it being the Mega Drive version or because it's a sequel and they tightened up the controls, because I never played this one on the Mega Drive back in the day, and I'm not sure if I even played it on the Super Nintendo either. Either way, Aero the Acrobat 2 controls much better. I just feel that the controls are more tight, the level design is better, and I do find because they've dropped the objectives to get through levels, it's a more standard platformer and much more fun as a result. It's also not quite as challenging. It's still got some of the bugbears of the first game, and instead of being a below average mascot platformer Sonic wannabe, it's almost a contender. I would go as far as to say it's one of the better mascot platformers on the Evercade. But of course that is bearing in mind that most of the ones we have got aren't very good at all. To place it on my list, I would put it above City Hunter and the Caverns of Death and above Skulljagger, and I think I'd put it above City Hunter and the Sacred Tribe, although it's a different style of game. I do think I had more fun with it. Two Crude Dudes? Yeah, I think I had more fun with the Two Crude Dudes. Actually, I'd put it above Risky Woods. I think it was a more fun game than that. So yeah, I'm going to put it between Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars and Risky Woods. Okay, so that's the Aero the Acrobat games added to my overall ranking of every Evercade game list. So I've recorded this audio in a more sort of rambly, talky, conversational style. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.